Right guys, so this is going to get changed at the end of the stream from 500 to 1,000. Those of you that have been on the website might recognise this. So have we got our website? Yeah, I've got the website tab to open. So here it is. That's going to get changed to 1,000 so that nobody can no longer, so everybody knows. In the website update, when I do the update properly, the forms will be going off though, because we are getting randoms fill them in. So they'll be going on a Discord link, a Discord channel somewhere that's only open to people who have met the requirement. So that will be done in the next update though. The website will be updated some point in July. So it'll be slowly added to, I'd say. Like last time when we did the website, I did it all in one big bulk, and I had 3 weeks off stream to do it. But I won't be doing that this time. I'll be just updating it as I go along, because the content's going to slightly change on the website. Still going to be the exact same look, just the stuff, the content on it's going to alter slightly. We're going to have an FAQ page and a credits page, and just slightly alter the things that are shown off on here. I'm doing okay, thanks Rose. How have you been? Doing all right, Azrael. Doing all right, as good as I can be. My goodness, you have nearly got 3,000 raindrops. So, I mean, if there wasn't a character limit, Azrael could be 3 characters in the game, but of course we have to have a limit somewhere. But it just shows that getting those raindrops is very possible. Okay, so I'm going to do that at the end of the stream though. Change that to 1,000 and update it. We've got all the stuff to do today. So that Photoshop can be hidden for now. The other thing to do is, well, we have 6 community characters here. We might have more by the end of the stream, we might not, who knows. I've warned everyone in the Discord. I've said get forms in the live announcements, so we might get more, but we have 6 anyway. And what I'm going to do here, I'm going to put in brackets stream avatars hang on, how should we do this? Bullet point. I'm going to say add profiles to Lorba. So I want to get everybody's up on the stream avatar, so you're all walking across the screen next week. I think that'll be something a lot of people are excited about that have got a character. But the actual profiles, the character profiles, will be a little bit longer some point in July, because we have to get everybody's character profiles up, and that's going to take a little bit of time. June, we quite full with stuff this month, so we'll do it sometime next month when things settle down a bit. So that is there. Yay, okay. Right, so other than that, we're all good. Yes, well, not yesterday. We didn't stream yesterday. Wednesday, that was our last stream. I'm forgetting now. We were doing a bit of research on summons. That's gonna be put to the side for now, but I'm still gonna make it a little task I do off stream. because we haven't implemented the summon yet. It's a bit of a difficult one, but I'll be working on it. There's a few methods that we found last stream, and we'll do one of those. Today, something I'd really like us to do is find some good sound effects for the skills we've done. Good news is I have implemented them all, the ones that needed doing. Apart from the wolf one, the summon, of course, that hasn't been done yet, and the passive skills. Some of the passive skills didn't need skill animations, but some of the passive skills do, but not all of them. So we're gonna actually do test play right now, and I'm gonna screen record the skills and make them into GIFs, and then post them on the Discord so you guys can see, and then we can think of some good sound effects from them, because it's pretty difficult for us all to look for sound effects when we can't see the skill. We need to actually see the animation to sort of imagine the sound effect. We can do test plays and just spam the skill over and over again for us all, but I feel like making a GIF of them will be a lot easier for us, because it's easy to forget what the skill animation is. I even forget what the skill animation is, and I implemented it. So okay, so I have downloaded a tool, Screen to GIF. So we're gonna record the skills. So the skills that we've got, let's get RPG Maker up very quickly. So that's goodbye Trello for now. Just wanted to start the stream with the Trello, just do updates to what needs to be doing, and just a reminder of the 500 raindrop requirement. SXFR is a great tool for making sound effects. Oh right, so you actually make sound effects with that? Damn. See, I'm just gonna scour the internet for free sound effect resources, because sound effect creation is probably my weak link, as well as maths and programming. So I ain't gonna be responsible for creating crappy sounds. But there's plenty of free resources online, so we'll find some, and we'll see what there is. We'll see. Okay, so we're back in RPG Maker now. I've always wanted to be good at sounds, but you can't be good at everything, can you? You can't be amazing at everything. Just haven't really put the time into learning, really. Same as 3D animation and After Effects animation. Just haven't put any. You can only learn so much, can't you? You're only one human being. Right. So the skills that we've got, I'm actually going to make a list of them so I remember. So we've got Adrenaline. We have Warcry. We don't have Frenzy, because Frenzy is a passive skill that is simply just a stat boost of attack. So we don't need anything for that. Same for Squish It. Squish It is a passive as well, but I was thinking we could have a sound effect for Squish It though, to indicate that it's worked. Okay, and the others, Wing Shot is one. Arrow Rain's another. Dawning Wolf, obviously we've still got to implement the summon, so not that one. Plant Pluck as a passive, double loot, so we don't need there's no skill animation for that one. All of Rose's though, all 4 of Rose's skills have animations, because they're all actually active skills. So Rose needs some passive skills in the next group. And we could always move one of those skills, one of the 4, to the second stage of the skill tree if we wanted to, just to balance things a bit. Because Hunter would have 2 active skills. No, 3 active skills, sorry. And Warrior has 2 active skills, and then Vampire's got 4 active skills. It feels slightly imbalanced like that. So when we do make the second stage, we could always like switch things around a bit. So they all have 2 active skills at this stage. It's all what works. I mean, not all the classes will be the same to that degree. Sometimes they'll differ, and some will learn more active skills faster if the balancing requires it, but it's something that we'll be changing around, things like the skill, things like that, potentially up to the release of episode 1, because we just want to make sure everything's balanced. Hi Van, how are you doing? It's good to see you. Balancing classes are always difficult, yeah. It's something I'm kind of seeing it as, have a number there, a value for the skills as a template, a base, a foundation, but I'm not going to rigidly rely on having those numbers by the time we release episode 1. The numbers could change. Like, for example, Squish It at the moment is decreased by an enemy defense by 4. That could be another number by the end. Well, throughout, it could change all the time, you know. But the main thing is that the skill's implemented. That's the hard part. That number changing is easy peasy stuff. You just have to change it in the database and then test it again. Just to say, yes, I have been live for 21 minutes and 19 seconds. Well, a little bit longer than that now. And okay, guys, so we've listed the skills. We've got 8 skills there, 2 warrior ones, 2 hunter ones, and 4 vampire ones. So today I'm going to create GIFs of those 8 active skills, and put them in the Discord so you can see all the animations of those 8 skills, and we can look for sound effects for all of them. That'd be a really good job, because once we've added the sound effects, we really get in there. You know, in terms of the player, the skill creation, the first set. The last job is just the balancing, which is an ongoing thing that I'm not expecting to get done. That's going to be ongoing till, like we say, episode 1's release. Okay, so I want Jesus though. I want our character Jesus for these GIFs, because at the moment I think we still got the blonde guy custom hero that we're using. So let's get test play up. We've got everything muted, have we? Yes. Okay, so look at all these blooming save files for testing that we've been doing. We do have the Jesus as the hunter, but we don't have him as the warrior. I want him as both. Sorry, blonde boy. Okay, so I'm going to just go through a new game, guys. Get a warrior set up. I don't know why I ever had that blonde one. There's nothing wrong with him. I'm just attached to the Jesus one. But to be honest, I think it's a good idea to use different custom heroes. I think it shows off the game more. Because everyone would start thinking that you could only have Jesus as your hero. And that's no good, is it? Okay, so you should make a blonde Jesus so you can tell the difference between warrior and hunter, or make a female. Yes, I think I agree with you, Van, that we should start switching things more, but for this purpose of looking at the animations, I don't want the change of hero to be distracting too much, so I'm going to just keep him the same for this. But I think in the future, when we do test plays, I want to start having different Jesuses and maybe use some female characters too, just for variety. I feel it shows off our custom hero creator, doesn't it? It having different ones. Yes, we have a beard. Why is the animation's disappeared, I've noticed, and I know the reason why it's disappeared, because usually we have like an animation come. It's because I completely deleted them all, didn't I? I deleted all the default animations, and it means that we don't have one now, but that's fine. We can just put it back. It's because we were using defaults, and I didn't like that, so I deleted all the default stuff in the database. So all we'll do is make sure that we get something to replace that. I mean, we can always use the default. It's no biggie for now, anyway. Just need to figure out which default it was. Hi, Chameleon and Kindled. How you guys doing? It's wonderful to see you, Kindled. How are things? Good to see you again. LOL, and some without beards, yes. They look so different without the beards, I have to say. Good morning, afternoon or evening. I'm work lurking, but wanted to say hi. Oh, thank you for the work lurk, Chameleon. Appreciate that. Trailer videos look better showing several characters. It lets people know they can customise without having to show the creation screen. Yeah, I agree. When it comes to doing all that fancy stuff, we want to show the game off to its fullest potential, and I think that's something I want to put on the website as well. I think having a features section on the website will be really handy. We can say, yeah, you can have custom hero, there'll be a romance system, there'll be a moral system and choice system and all that, multiple endings, because we don't currently have that on the website, so that would be a cool thing to add. An idea for customizing, have non-binary and trans options. Yeah, Kindle, see, I would love to do that, but the custom hero creator, I actually cut things out recently. I got rid of a couple of features because we had so many assets. Like we had over 200, we were verging on 300 separate assets, and it just became far too overwhelming for me to have to add weapons and stuff to every single one of those hundreds of assets. So unfortunately we have to kind of limit ourselves to some degree because of the overwhelming amount of work when it comes to editing. But I think we should have like that characters, like as you say, in the game like that. There might not be the custom hero, but I feel like they should be added to the character form for people. Okay. Right, so yes, I'm ready. I'm a warrior, so there's no. He's all good. Okay, so I'm going to just rush through all these dialogues. Because we need to skip. We want to get to the testing. Use more assets. Well, I can look into it. It's just, you know, as long as it's the asset thing that's the thing for me, because hundreds of assets becomes a big thing to manage, and I am only one person, guys. So I have to kind of limit myself to a certain degree. But I understand, like, games, character creators and stuff are thinking about that more. I mean, Cyberpunk 2077 is one of them, and I think that's really cool. For a medieval fantasy, it's like, would that work? Cyberpunk, it totally works and it's awesome. There's just things to consider. A lot of Elder Scrolls 6 is coming out, God knows when. But would that, what are the customization options going to be in that? I'm very intrigued as a fantasy game what that's going to allow. Because Skyrim's when you think about it now, it's quite limited. It only is good with mods, really. But yeah, big character creators tend to have a team dedicated to just that. Yeah, I do a job of 10 people with this game, and you guys have to realise that I'm like a superhuman being able to do this. But I'm pretty proud that I can do it and actually not get burnt out. Right now I haven't anyway. Okay, so we're gonna overwrite this guy. Have we crashed? We did have a few weird issues with RPG Maker last stream, I remember now. But it seems like it's working now, fingers crossed. Okay, let's equip ourselves with our stuff. The Cape and Dinosaur giveaway, Rose. Yep. I have had people say to me in the past, like, because when I used to work in an office, like about 5 years ago, I used to have to get up at like 6 a.m, probably a little bit earlier than that actually, and I used to do my creative stuff at night when I got home until like 1 a.m, 2 a.m. sometimes. And that meant I only got 3-4 hours sleep every single night. And people said, how the hell do you function? Because I didn't even, like, I wasn't even tired. Like, people said to me, like, if I did that, they'd be dead. Like, no question. I was like, don't know, managing. I was managing. Jesus. Hi Cloud, how you doing? It's good to see you. I'm up at 4 a.m. every day to study and try to create before work. The kids getting up, yeah. And when do you get to sleep, Ashriel? I'm curious then. Are you an early one? I suppose you'd have to, unless you're like me and you can function on not much sleep. Okay, so did I learn the skill tree skills? Okay, so please ignore the horrendous skill tree at the moment because it isn't done, the design. Rosie's is a really creepy background picture that is. But yeah, the skill tree is something I need to tidy up a bit. But unfortunately, the plugin creator hasn't messaged me back yet, and I had some really important questions for them. Regarding the skill tree and the customization options, so I'm kind of holding back on continuing that until I know until I get my questions answered. It is a scary one. I kind of wanted to just test what like the images look like, and I just picked that one as a random one. So between 10 and 11 normally by the time I've got the kids to a bed and eaten something. Also, you like get about at least 5 hours sleep a night, yeah. But in the end, I managed to do that for 1.5 years. But I ended up not liking it in the end. I was fed up, so I quit my job. It was like, I'm not doing this. I want to focus on my creative hobbies now. And I just saved loads of money because I'm a massive like frugal, and I'm also I never spend any money. Luckily, I'm in a position to not spend any money because I live with my parents still, because out of choice, because I don't want to have to pay bills. So, in all honesty, I could easily move out tomorrow if I wanted to, but I'd have to get a job, and I don't want to sacrifice my creative dreams for that just yet, you know. So I'm very lucky that I've got parents who are very supportive of what I do. And I'm like, yeah, you live with us and do what you want to do. And so that's great. But unfortunately, yeah, that can't last forever. I don't think I want to be a 40-year-old and still living up here. I don't think so. So in the end, I will like to make something of myself eventually, but it has to be, it's a bit premature for me to do that right now. I want to put everything into this right now. I can't function when I get home from work. That's it. That is kind of unimaginable out here. Parents want you gone by 18. Yeah, a lot of them do. I feel like I'm one of the lucky ones that I have parents who like me living with them. They just honestly say, yeah, the world isn't, the world's not it's not good right now. It's expensive living out there on your own, and yeah, I imagine it sometimes. I always think it'd be cool to have my own place, but then I think about the sacrifices I have to make for that. This wouldn't, I'd only be doing a stream a week at best, maybe even less than that if I had to work. I mean, I'd love to still stream at the same schedule, but is that realistic really if I had another job at the same time? Probably not. So I want this to be my job, that's no lie, because then I can carry on doing this on the same amount of time that I am. But yes. Howdy, Rain. The world is only getting so expensive. Hi, Oracle. How are you doing? It's good to see you. I lived in California when I was in college, and the majority of people, a community, it's impossible to live on your own because rent is too expensive for one person. Yeah, my boyfriend lives in California and he lives with people, so that helps. But my goodness, it would be a lot to live on your own. I totally understand the staying with your parents these days. Financially, it's hard to get your own place, and a lot of times it's hard to get a job that will pay for a place and doing other things beyond paying for home and bills. Yeah, for sure. And I'm prepared to do that, still stay here for, give my creative dreams a shot while I'm still living here and see what happens. See what happens. Can't, it's worth it. It's worth a go. I don't want to get old and think I could have done this. I could have tried that, but never got around to it. I wouldn't like that. Even if they quit school to work full time, they wouldn't make enough. America is mean. I think mean's a kind word. A very kind word. I could say a lot worse. But my goodness, I mean, our country isn't the best, but damn, it's we're still a little bit kinder than America. At least we have free healthcare. Hey Holder, how are you doing today? It's good to see you. How is your Friday treating you? And how is your wolf going? I want to see that. I want to see the rest of the wolf when it's done. It look really cool. I'm happy to have a job that pays for my apartment. Yeah. And you know what sucks? When all your wage, your monthly salary goes on bills. Like, that is not on. That isn't on. And that's what I don't want. That's why I'm living here still. One of the reasons. I'm lucky enough to be able to afford a small condo of my own, but it's taken a lot of hard work and a lot of time to get here. Yeah. It's nice to have your independence, I'm sure. But then, there's definitely other sacrifices. I currently live somewhere cheap, but even working full time, all my money goes to bill. Can't save or spend unless you're right. See, that is not fair, I don't think. Like, people need to have money left over because, stupid landlords. Stupid. Okay, so have we equipped everything? Okay, messy skill tree. Have we unlocked all the skills? Let me just check. Yeah, we have, because save again. We're completely focusing on We've been focusing on skills, implementing the first stage of skills for the current playable characters. That's like been our focus for a while. There we go. Well, not for a while, for a few weeks, for a couple of weeks. The menu is I want to improve the menu UI at some point because it's still a little bit default looking, but that'll be something later. Can't do everything at once. But we have like done the battle UI. I have improved that compared to what it was at first. So not bad, just did a basic idle animation today. Going to be working on the hero bases for MZ release. Oh yeah, MZ release. It's an interesting one. I was reading the FAQ and it did say that I can't remember the exact wording of it, but something like the plugins for MV, it's not going to be 100% portable, so it's looking like we're going to be sticking to MV for our project, because we'd have to redo everything. We'd have to start completely over from basic stuff, and our plugin choice would be very limited. We wouldn't have the features that we currently have. So yeah, looking forward to seeing MZ. But yes, for those of you that haven't started projects yet or are looking into it, maybe it'd be cool for you guys, but it does take a while for sometimes the resources and scripts and that to build up. MV will probably still be the superior engine for the time being, in my opinion. I wonder if they might have some visual scripting in MZ. Yeah. I mean, I'm hoping it will be a massive improvement for people, but a lot of people are speculating it's just going to be MV.2, but who knows? I don't want to be skeptical about it. It might be amazing. Who knows? Now, even going from VX to VXAce, the base code is different, so only the ideas are transferable. Yeah. Yeah, so it's not worth me all the energy that the past 6 months to a year put into this. It's not worth doing all that again just for the sake of a new engine and potentially it not being as good, because some of the plugins like the skill tree we won't be able to have, and other plugins maybe, but people, creators and that, still, some of them still use the old engines as far as I'm aware. It's not like a big deal if you're not using the latest engine, I'm sure. That's why I never work with the default star mapping layers are the selling point for me. Yeah. I went for the default star for our game simply so we'd have more choice of assets, because more assets tend to be the RTP, go along with that look. So it just felt like the safer option for our game, being as I'm not doing the majority of the artwork. Since they've had a long time to figure out something, I'd hope they'd come out with something better than just MV.2. Yeah, hopefully yes. Fingers crossed. There are too many other games now for them to be lazy. Yeah. I test my battlers in XP. Yeah, XP. What year did that come out now? I think I even used XP and I was like super young then, so it's been a while since XP. Okay, so have we got our screen reader thing? Yes, here it is. Screen. So what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to record the screen and make some GIFs of our skill animations, because I think it'll be a lot easier to match some sound effects up. Sorry about the bang, that was my desk. When we can actually see what's going on. Right, so we're going to do adrenaline first. Let's make sure we've got... I kind of don't want Rose there because she's distracting. I already saved it with her in the party though. Hang on, I know what to do. I've got an idea. close. I'm gonna make another chest. Can we remove Rose from the party here? Yeah, remove Rose. Because all these chests are here just for like test, you know, for the testing, so we can quickly add the things we need to our game as fast as possible. But obviously they'll be deleted when we have the real thing. Right. I'm excited, guys. I'm happy with how these skills look so far. I mean, I might, over time, I might make them a little bit more better, but for what we've got right now, it's certainly not too bad for a first attempt. So we've removed Rose out so she won't get in the way and be distracted now. I've only used this screen to GIF thing once, and I hope it's going to work for us. There are too many. Yeah, I've already read that. That Van said. Are you going to use Zed, Van? Are you considering using it for your game? Because I know that you're thinking of doing a game. Have you got your eye on MZ? Okay, so adrenaline first. Now, I hope this looks cool, because I have a worry that it's good. Overnight, the animations suddenly got all broken and ugly. But it looked fine last night when I tested it, so record. Okay, so that is it. Did that save? Did it save? Close window. Oh, what's this? Here we go. Okay, it's giving us our GIF. We'll delete the frames we don't need. And honestly, guys, like, I don't know how much time we're going to get to look for sound effects to downstream, because some time might be spent making the GIFs. But the good thing about making GIFs and putting them on the Discord for us to see, you guys, if you find a good sound effect between now and Monday's stream, you know, online, you can easily do that. This isn't even something we have to do on stream. If I decided not to bother making GIFs, then yeah, we'd have had to have probably done it on stream so you could have seen the skills. But it's just so much easier to remember the skill when you actually do a GIF of it. Okay, so here we go. So I did change the animation a touch to the original. I think we don't need the rest of it. The original adrenaline was a little bit more like a healer's skill, I feel, in appearance, and I kind of made it look a little bit more fearsome. Well, I sort of, yeah, so I think it fits the sort of fury of the warrior class a little bit better. And he glows orange as well. And as a reminder, adrenaline is a skill that increases your attack and defense by quite a little bit for 3 rounds. And so he glows orange. Did we get, yeah? So he glows orange for the time that he's got that skill for those 3 turns, as an indicator that it's still on you and it's still working. Thank you, Ria Super Cool, for that follow. I appreciate it. Appreciate that. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to stream. I noticed something random the other day. Who's Coil Twitch bot? Because whoever they are, they've given bits to me, and it's a bot. A bot has given bits to me. I laughed because I was like, how come a bot's giving There are too many other game engines now. Why am I reading that same thing that Van said about 3 times? I'm going to look at MZ before I start anything. I'm looking at Go.G Develop, Game Maker Studio, Rempe and Twine right now to see what I enjoy using. Oh my god, Kia, thank you so much for the 8 months. And I got an emote. Thank you for the emote. I'm going to say thank you. How are you doing, Kia? Thank you so much for that support. I appreciate it. Starving creative little Lommy appreciates the support. How are you doing, Empress here? Hope you're having a good Friday. But they look great. I think it's great you're doing research, Van. I know some of those softwares probably require a bit more code than others, and you're not really into the code, are you? So, but I know you'll make the right choice for your game. I'm excited to see what you do. 25 gigabytes of sound SFX. It's pretty mixed, but maybe worth a lot. I've got it, but I've not had a chance to look through the context yet. Oh, thank you so much, Azriel. That'll be one of the websites we look at then when we look for sound effects. In all honesty, I'm open to any website that does free sort of sound effects that are fine to use in games. That, you know, I've got a habit now of really rigidly trying to remember the creator, and I've even, in the file name, I always put the creator of who did it, because when we did the credits page, it's going to be so much easier to do it if we keep track like that. So I'm going to save that link, Azriel. Also, I'm going to create a window capture of this because I currently have the display capture up and I don't like having that up. So I'm going to get window capture up instead so you can all see me make these GIFs. Thank you for the hype, everybody, as well. I appreciate all the hype. So GIF maker. I'm hidden. Here we go. Let's need to make it smaller. That'll do. Okay, so there's too many frames here. We don't need all of these. Let's... As soon as the plant appears, I think we can start deleting it at that point. So we don't need that bit. We only want to show off the skill, really. I know how to code some, but I'd rather not dive fully into it, yeah. Game Maker is a drag and drop system you can use in place of code. Yeah, Game Maker's I recommend that one. I actually downloaded a demo, well, a trial of Game Maker, and I always thought that if I wasn't making a retro 2D RPG, that'd be the engine I'd go for. Like, say if I was doing another genre that didn't work in RPG Maker that great, then that'd be the one I'd go for. Okay, so we've got 113 frames there. I think we could still delete some. So just looking at that, I mean, I'll probably watch it over and over, this GIF. It'll help me anyway, if it, like, sort of imagine a sound effect that could go with that. And when we're on the sound effects websites, we can play the GIF alongside listening to the sound effect as well, and it'll help us know if it's an appropriate sound. But something like smoky, like poof, like a big poof or something, could work for this. I don't know, that's just my first thought. But let's get this GIF saved. I'm excited. I'm excited to be making GIFs for that game. Yeah, I watched a couple of tutorials from Game Maker Studio 2 drag and drop. I'm excited for you, Van. Okay, so I'm gonna... Is this gonna show everything? All the files if I save on this? I don't think it will, because window capture is usually good. Oh, here we go, save as. I'm gonna hide it anyway, just to be on the safe side. So I'm gonna save this. Let's find a folder to put them in. Raindrop Chronicles. I'm gonna call it GIFS. Call it warrior skill. Adrenaline. Save. Now I hope this GIF looks good. I hope it doesn't turn all bad quality. Because the last time I used something like this and did a GIF, all the colours look weird. But the settings were probably wrong. So, here we go. It's saving now. We've got 8 skills to do GIFs of. The other 4 skills were not applicable, because they were either passives that didn't need a skill animation, or they were the summoned or involved, which I haven't implemented yet. But we do have 8 that do have skill animations, so I'm excited to get them done and posted in the Discord. Let me look at it then. The colours have gone manky. Well, they're not completely manky, but they're not 100% correct, so let's have a look at the save settings again. Save as. I have to hide it when I'm saving, guys, because it says where my destination folder is, and there's private information on there, like my name. And Windows is dumb. It doesn't let you change the name that you use. It really is silly. Doesn't look like it wasn't too difficult to use. It was trying to find a good system that does visual novels as well. I saw that someone was making visual novel gem for Game Maker Studio 2 that handled visual novel stuff. Oh, cool! And I think that's great. Like if it's been proven to be used as a software for the genre you're doing, then you know it's going to work. REMP, I know it uses Python. I'm not sure if there's a visual code system in that. Yeah, I've heard of REMP. Is that how you say it? But there's a bit of code, isn't there, with it? GIFs usually have a limit of 256 colours. Oh right, maybe that's why the GIFs look bad. I was excited as well because I wanted to do GIFs of our game for a while. So there's encoders here. There's 2.0, 1.0 and system. So I feel like, yeah, one of them is we got to pick one of those. It was on 1.0 before. I'm gonna try 2.0 now. The colours weren't atrocious on the GIF, but they were just, it flickered a bit and looked a little bit off. So if it doesn't look perfect, then so be it, you know. The main thing is that you guys can see the animation. Okay, so I'm processing this. It's saving, and it's taking a little bit longer this time than the first, so that maybe that means it's better quality. I don't think it has that option, sadly. Photoshop has a nice technique when saving. It'll choose the best, closest colours when saving, but I had a lot of faff with it. Oh, really? And if Holder's had hassle with it, then it is impossible, because Holder's obviously the pro artist. From the work I've seen, that's very much clear. Anyway, this saving is taking its time. It's on 46% now, so it's not going to take forever to save, but it's definitely a lot slower than the first one, so that's hopeful that we're going to get a better GIF. We'll see. What channel should we put these GIFs in anyway? I'm going to have a look. My computer's been a noisy one. The GIF is taking all my computer's power. Okay, so let's just get I don't know why we've got a gap here. There we go. Okay. So we got some channels. We have might as well go in the skill discussion, I'd say. We'll put them in the skill discussion channel. Okay, so I think it saved the GIF now, so time to have a look. Fingers crossed. That looks good. Okay, it's weird. It looks even worse than the first one. What's going on? Let's do it again, because there was another option. So maybe that option is the one we use. Okay, this one's saving super fast. Okay, this option's the best one, the system one. There's a bit of noise on the GIF, but the colours are actually fine, so that's the main thing. Okay, so let's get this GIF put up on the Discord. I mean, should we do them one? I'm thinking should we put all the GIFs up in one go? It's probably better if I put them all up in one go, I think. But at first I want to test it and make sure it's working okay. So but I will delete it. I just want to make sure Discord doesn't come up and say something like can't upload GIFs, because then we'll be gutted. Yeah. Why am I not surprised? I had the feeling. Your files are too powerful. Max file size is 8 megabytes, please. Wow, is it that huge? That GIF only lasts a few seconds. Right, so I'm going to have to find a GIF compressor or something. GIF optimizer. Let's use that. All I hear in Photoshop is people's complaints. Yeah. Choose the best closest colours when saving, but yeah. What I could recommend doing is have a standard single colour battle background with losing the light effects. Try that way. You'll be losing a lot of colours without having those visible. To be honest, that third option actually looked okay. I mean, it's not perfect. It's a bit of noise, but it's decent enough for me to go with that one. But if it didn't work, I'd have used that idea holder for sure. How many frames? Is it about 100 frames? Maybe that's why. But I'm going to see if this optimizer works. Thing is, it can't be any less than the frames we've got because it's not going to show off the skill. We need to see the skill. So I'm uploading it to this GIF website now. Let's see how this is. You need nitro, yeah. Nitro isn't good for a starving creative because it costs money. So if we get it up so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. Does Envy have the option to view the skill in the database editor? It lets you see the animation in the animation section of the database, but in honest opinion, it doesn't show it off to its fullest potential because the positioning isn't accurate to how it actually is in the game, and you can't even get the playable character as a target, only an enemy. So I think I think we'll be fine, honestly, guys. It just gotta be patient and get the compression right, and once we've got it, it'll be able to go in Discord. Because it don't look bad. Look at it. It don't look too bad, does it? The colours seem fine. I'm on 50 compression, and I'm just trying to get it under 8 meg. Because that's Discord's limit. And it's not really making it look worse that much, to be honest. So that's still 10 meg. We're going to have to do it a little bit more. I mean, if we do it as that, the quality might be dreadful. So we'll try it on 100, about halfway through. Just thought you could save the playable character image as an enemy. That does look fine on stream there. Yeah, I'm not very satisfied with how the animation section of the database shows off the animations. It's for some reason the animation's like way off, but I know it's a bit weird. And Radu, thank you so much for the 150 bits. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. You are ahead of the bot now. You've got more bits than the bot, whoever the bot is. I'd love to know who that bot is, who's kind enough to give me bits, I have to say. I've never had a bot give me bits before. But thank you for that support, Radu. And Mara, thank you so much for that follow. I appreciate it. Have some hype for the bitties. Okay, so has it done it? Yeah, I think we're going to have to pick one of the other options. I know this is taking a bit of time and it's a pain, folks, but once we've got the options, we'll be able to get the other 7 GIFs done in no time. It's just knowing the way to do it. Okay, I don't want to pick a colour reduction one. But we might have to. We'll see how it looks anyway, because we're not getting under 10 meg on that other one. But I didn't try it completely compressed. Maybe I should have first. Should we try reducing the colours? I love it, Easy GIF. Wish they made an offline version that you could buy or something. Yeah, I've heard of that one, Wes. Oh, I'm on it right now. Duh. No wonder I've heard of it. Gosh, I can be such a derp sometimes. How you doing, Wes? It's good to you. Hi, Happy Hippo. I like your name. Happy Hippie Hippo. I love it because it's an alliteration. And it's, hippos are cute. Welcome to the stream. Colour reduction didn't do much. I'm going to try it on max compression now, but I have a feeling it's still going to be 10 meg no matter what. We'll do it, guys. We'll do it. Honestly, I'm happy doing this for the whole stream if necessary, as long as we get the 8 GIFs up in the Discord. When it comes to the sounds, we can always have a look for them off stream. Oh, we nearly did it. 8.6 meg. I think we'll have plenty of time though, in all honesty. We'll have time to look for sounds. Will that upload though? Because I feel that it's still over 8. I'm gonna try. But I have a feeling that it's gonna say no because it's still over 8. I'm probably gonna have to refresh the Discord because for some reason when you upload an image and it doesn't upload, it bugs. So I have to reload again. There we go. Yeah. I just wanted to say, but no. Didn't work. But we nearly got under. Damn it for not letting us do it be compressed more though. I don't want to We could always try another GIF site, another GIF optimizing site. Doing well, have a couple of interviews today. Hopefully one of these pans out for me. Yeah, good luck, Wes. I believe in you. Hi, National. Can you crop any of the box around the character? Yeah. If we did that, we'd have to, well, I suppose we could just do it here. The thing is, though, some of our GIFs might be longer because we'll need to show the enemy as well. So we run into a problem with the bigger GIFs that we do, even if it works for this. So I'm trying to set up. Cropping will be a last resort. Because some of the GIFs are going to be long because we'll need to get the enemies in there too. Like the provoke one has, like, we've got an animation for the enemy too. But how you doing, National? Haven't seen Kindle Trash walk around? Yeah, she's popped in today. She's not at work because usually she's working during my stream. Ian Holm just died. What does he do again? Because the name's very familiar to me, and I feel like a noob for not knowing. Sometimes I'm bad at that. I'm an enigma. Sometimes you can get, but rest in peace. It sucks, all these celebs passing away and all these awesome people. The world sucks. Sometimes you can get a smaller size GIF by doing your edits in a different edit, by the way. What do you mean in a different edit? Oh, a different order? Different order? What do you mean by different order? I'm not clicking. Yeah. I didn't realise that compression was going to be this big a deal before stream today. Because I don't know, I think we've in fact I didn't realise Discord was that limited when it came to posting GIFs. What are we gonna do? I mean, is easy GIF really the best one? GIF compression. When I compressed my PNG files, it did it loads. I'm trying this one now. This was the same, I think this was, yeah, this looked like a similar website to the PNG compressor I used. And that like compressed them by absolutely loads. But yeah, for GIFs, it doesn't want to. We only need to get you under 8 meg. He was billed by Baggins. Oh, yeah, I know now. So you can drop colour reduce super hard. Yeah, I like your game art style. It's very unique. Yeah, it's only done it by 23% and that's still... Wow. Yeah, that was still 10 meg. So it's not really made a difference. Honestly, one of these has to... I'm going to just mess around with these guys. We'll figure it out. One of them will do the trick. And like Nashel says, we can always crop it, but just makes me worry about the next skill. Because the next skill we've got is Warcry. And that's Provoke. And we're going to have to take a much bigger section. So that has a chance of being even larger. So really, I want to get it dropped down quite... Oh, this one's gone... This one's tiny. But it's completely ruined the GIFs. This is like being compressed by 98%. It's ruined everything though. It's broken. That was no good. But it worked. It actually worked. It made it smaller. But this, honestly, this will just be a good trick to learn with GIFs for the future as well, if we can crack it today. So I ain't giving up and doing it another way. I don't even know what other way we'd do anyway. Right. Should we try the... We did try the colour reduction one, didn't we? So I don't think there's any point in doing that again. You said Photoshop did a good job, didn't you, Holder? But you said it's a pain in the butt, didn't you? But it probably, I don't know if it would with compression, Photoshop. I know. What about if we remove frames? I wonder how that'll look then. We'll see, won't we? Yeah, it has 99 frames. If we speeded up the GIF, like made it twice as fast, would that work? I would... Oh. Okay, it's ruined it though. Because the animation isn't how it should be. So, can't do that. It worked. We got it like way under the 8 meg, but it just totally ruined the animation. So, that sort of worked as well, but is that animation ruined? I'm actually not sure. Let me play it. Let's do the playback. I feel like that could... Seems that might have worked. but I'm worried I'm paranoid that it's ruined the animation because it's removed frames. I can't even figure out if it has or not. So let me get I'm going to get the other GIF up and put it side by side. You're probably not going to see this, guys, because I haven't got the window capture for this. But if I put this GIF side by side, then I know. I think it's fine. Looking at them both side by side, they're very similar, and it hasn't really got rid of any frames. So I think we're good. I think we've sorted this problem out. It compressed it by 89%. It's only just over 1 meg now. So we don't have to worry about the provoke one being huge, because if we can just use this method, we'll get that one down to, you know, less than 8 meg still. Yeah, I opened the largest GIF in Photoshop, and I'm sure it has save options for compression. Yeah, if this didn't work, I'd have tried that method, but it looks like we've got it. Why are you trying to make it so small? Because Discord doesn't let us upload GIFs that are too large. It's a pain in the butt. So it's all Discord's fault. Let's blame Discord. And that's just the easiest place to post stuff for all the community to see. So, okay, so save. Now let's see if it's worked in Discord now. And it will work. It will. Happy Midsummer, everybody, Kung says in Discord. Oh my goodness, it's midsummer. Doesn't feel like it in England, I'll tell you that. I'm a birthday girl next week, guys, and I'm streaming on my birthday. It's not going to be a special stream, though, I don't think, unless I think of something last minute to do, which I don't think I will. Okay, so let's upload and see. It does the job enough, you know, you can see the skill. But we're not going to put it up yet. I'd rather put them all up together, guys, because otherwise if people chat in between, it'll look messy. So that's my reason. We'll do all the 8 skills together, then I'll upload, and then we'll look for sound effects one at a time for each of them, or even just plan a description of what the sound effects could be like if we're struggling to find the specific ones. Right, so next skill. Now we know the process now, we know what we're doing. Let me just remember what I saved it on, what one easy GIF we use. We use the remove duplicate flames optimization method. I'm actually gonna print screen that so I don't forget which one it was. Nope, got rain and fog up north over the Tyne. Yeah, it's miserable June, very bad weather, but I don't mind because I'm an indoor person anyway, so I'm good. As long as I'm cozy at my desk, that's all that matters to me. Okay. So we're going to do a test play again. This time it is not adrenaline, Warcry, which is a warrior provoke skill. Single target provoke. So get rid of Rose from the party though, so she's not distracting. Now, right, so I'm on screen to GIF editor now. I'm trying to figure out how I go back to getting the screen record up. It's not responding. Look, it's crashed. Okay, it's back. Do we have to recording? Yeah, that's it. We got it. So for this one, it is going to be a longer one because we need the enemies in this one. So I'm just going to press record now, but we won't get the HUD up, the skill circle. We'll delete those frames. We'll only capture the necessary bits. Wow, the lag. I'm going to do it again. Hang on. Okay, stop. There we go. My goodness me, my computer's a real old lady because I didn't think that this would be so much for it. It's screaming right now, my PC is. And there was a little bit of lag there as well. Okie doke. We'll see if there's lag in the GIF. Hopefully there's not, but we'll look. Playback time. Yeah, it seems like there's lag in the GIF as well. We can delete all these frames anyway. But I think the actual skill animation lagged a bit too. I want to try again. I want to try it again because I feel like we can get a better one that doesn't lag, in all honesty, folks. So let's try it again. I love this song. Oh, what song's playing? Oh, Final Fantasy 8. Hey! It's recorded a GIF and wasn't meant to. But wow, this screen to get it does take up a lot of CPU. I think it's taking up, I don't know, but my computer's definitely not too happy right now. Okay, let's hope. Fingers crossed, no lag. It's probably because it's maybe such a big GIF we're doing as well. That went a bit better though. It's lagged a little bit, but the first part, the main part we wanted, has worked. So let's stop it now. The axe! Yes, an axe. Our warrior has an axe, and that's just a very basic axe. We're gonna have like upgradable, different aesthetics of weapons. Because we have a custom hero with like over 200 assets, different, it does mean I have to like overlay that weapon on all of them, because unfortunately in MV there isn't a plugin that allows you to overlay weapons over battlers or anything, so I have to do it manually. But it wasn't too bad really once I got into it. It took a few hours of work, but it's worth it if we're going to have like a really nice unique touch of different weapons. But for the other playable characters it's no big deal because they only have one look anyway. It's for the custom hero where all the work goes into it, because there's many different custom heroes. Boop! Hi Chub Cheeks! How are you doing? And did I say hi to you, Scaly, as well? I hope I did. Yeah, it was the Balam Garden theme. I remember when I was a kid I absolutely butchered that pronunciation. Because I think I called it Bablam Garden or something that totally wasn't the correct pronunciation. Okay, so let's delete the menu because we don't need that bit. We got 300 frames so far, we're not going to need that many. Okay, so play. Okay, all we need to see, in all honesty, is him doing that taunt pose and the thing going above the head. And that icon will be there. It's like the angry icon symbol. That will be there until the provoke runs out. I don't think we need any more after that bit, so we can delete the other frames. Yeah, we don't need to show. Big stream delay for me today. Took about 25 seconds for my message to appear on the text box on stream. Oh, really? Is that Twitch's fault, or as long as it's not something to do with me, then we're good. It's good to have you here, Chub. I hope you're having a good week. Okay, so do we need to have the bits where I think we can? Yeah, we'll just have that bit. So we're seeing him do a pose and the enemy gets provoked, so that's all we really need, I think. So what we're doing today, guys, just as a reminder, we're taking GIFs of the skills that we've implemented so far, and they'll all be uploaded on the Discord, and that's kind of the method I'm going to use for us all to find some good sound effects, because it's a lot easier to find sounds, appropriate sounds, when you can actually see the skill in action. So probably just the Twitch servers. Yes. Hi Q Marsh, thank you so much for that follow. Welcome to the stream. It's kind of slow today and I had a lot of drop frames, as long as it's not on my end, guys, because I'm having a bit of a day with techie problems. My computer's being really loud and I'm getting a lot of lag from the screen to GIF editor I'm using, so I just hope it's not my end is all. And if it's not my fault, then it's fine. It's Twitch's fault. Okay, so if we say, let's save this one now. Save as, and I have to hide when I'm saving, folks. Warrior skill, war cry. Save. We'll have to compress this one too, because I'm assuming, even though it's a lot less frames, it is bigger in width, so probably will need to be compressed. So let's upload this, but we know what method we use now for our optimizing, so it's going to be a lot quicker. Have you tried uploading a GIF to Discord yet? I once used this screen to GIF and the file size was too big. Yes, Chub. That's what we've spent the last like 40 minutes trying to do, actually. We've been trying to like get the site compressed so it'll go on the Discord. It's completely know the feels. Before you walked in, that was what we were doing. So we have to put it on remove. This is the setting that does optimizing best. So I think that's how we do it. Yeah, had it on 51. Took a screenshot so I'd remember. Yes, this will upload fine. And now the GIF quality, the colours and it doesn't do the game justice, but it's still decent enough to have as a GIF, you know. I'm alright with it. But the main thing is you guys see the skills in action, you know, and how they work. So we can pair up a nice animation with them. So we're getting all the GIFs done first, and then they'll be posted on the Discord at the end. And I'm going to double check that this one posts as well. Enjoy the luck, Chub. Yeah, I had to remove a bunch of items, and that's what we've had to do. The main thing was, as long as it didn't wreck the skill, and how it looked is the main thing. So yeah, we can see it, so that's the main thing, even though it doesn't look absolutely gorgeous, but it works. Was my wolf, but that's only 4 frames and under 20 colours, yeah, because there's like lots of colours, especially with that background, it really sort of definitely affects the size. And I would have used your method, Holder, of hiding the background just for the sake of this if we were really having issues, but luckily we managed to get a workaround. Okay, so next skill. Next gimmick. This is exciting. Warrior skills now, and I mean hunter skills, sorry, which you guys haven't actually seen yet, because I think a lot of you already saw Adrenaline and Warcry because I showed you on Wednesday's stream, but now you get to see Wing Shot and Arrow Rain, because those are the hunter skills that have animations. Pardon me. Okay, so we're gonna escape. We're gonna quit the game and go on the hunter playthrough. I think Rose is gonna go. It does make it look nicer having a background, doesn't isolate the battler in a void, yeah, for sure. It makes you feel more immersed. Okay. One sec, because we need to get the screen to record thing up again. There we go. We got it up. Now, this skill, we do need to see the enemy as well, because it's a ranged attack that hits the enemy, so we really do need to say it. So, wing shot, let's get it ready. We're getting lag again. Yeah. The main thing is, as long as the skill, we don't get lag when we see the animation, which we were fine with that. So, I'm actually going to shut Photoshop down just to save us a bit of CPU. So I'm going to shut Photoshop down. We're not using it at the moment, so it doesn't need to be up. So I'm just deleting all these frames where we've got the skill selection up, because we don't need that. We want to try and reduce the amount of frames we've got as possible to save our okay, so where were we? There we go. I think that's probably... Now, there was a little bit of lag while I was using that skill. I noticed that the GIF's actually a little bit slow. But I think when we optimise the GIF, it speeds it up quite dramatically, so... Yeah, it's definitely... Those frames aren't that slow in reality. You see that shot happen much quicker when he gets hit. Also, the little icon that we've got there is an indicator to show that he is slow. It's like a little loading circle. I think I like making use of the visual indicators for this. Thinking, is there a way to speed those frames up? So, I mean, we can just take it again. Because that might have been just unfortunate luck that we got a laggy one. Let's do it again. Yeah, it's weird how it's discard. We'll do it again. Because I'm doing so much, guys. I'm streaming. I'm also recording my stream at the same time as streaming it. And got making gifts. My old lady of a PC can't handle this. Thank you, the Struggling Black, for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Okay. Did I record that one? I'm not sure if I did. I don't know if I did it in time. I'm gonna look. continue? No. Stop. I'm hungry, and I only just did lunch before I started my stream. What's wrong with me? Why I eat? I'm like an elephant with my appetite. Yeah, I don't think we got all that. This is being a little bit a little bit of trouble for us. This particular one is because we're getting a bit of lag while we're trying to record, but we'll get there. That one seemed to work, but I don't know if I recorded it in time. Yeah, that's fine. I don't know why did that disappear. Why did the lag does funny things? Yeah, delete those. So where's the frames where it's disappeared? Because that's a little bit distracting. To be honest, we could delete the ones after if we wanted to. I just kind of wanted to show the visual indicator. Oracle, oh my goodness. Thank you for the 300 bidders. And we got some emotes in chat there, I see. Who got them? Tell us who got the emotes, guys, and share them with us. I didn't get any, but I did get some earlier. Appreciate that, Oracle. Let's get some hype in chat. Now you are number 1 on the leaderboard. You're number 1 now. The bot is 3rd. The bot was loving it earlier because the bot was number 1. I'm still confused who that bot is. The one that gave me 100 bits. Thanks for the... Oh, you got the Pride Lion. That's amazing. I want the Pride Lion as well. I'm trying to make sure we don't get any laggy bits in our GIFs. If we can... It's a bit distracting, you know. I think this was the best one we got out of the bunch. Delete those. So how many frames is that? That's 44 frames. That'll be fine. Yeah, that's cool. So you can see he's shooting an arrow. The arrow hits the enemy and the enemy gets hit and has a little icon above his head. So cool. Just need to make sure you guys can see the skills and that's it really. I know it's going to benefit me when it comes to finding sound effects, because when I go on the sound effect websites, I can literally have the GIF playing while I play sound effects, and it's so much easier seeing it rather than trying to remember what the skill animation was. because the RPG Maker and the animation editor, it does the job of seeing the skill, but it's not 100% accurate. And it's super small as well, because we've got a ×2 zoom. Thank you for the hype, Radu. Look at all those emotes. I'm gonna share the ones I've got so far, but I don't think I've got loads. Oh, I have 5. Yay, these are the ones I have. Feel free to share the emotes you've got in chat, guys. Show them off. Okay, so let's save this one now. And this one is Hunter Skill. Oh my goodness, Oracle! Thank you for the 1,000 bits. Maybe you can get some emotes this time. Happy to share the love. Thank you so much. I didn't get any emotes, but 25 others did. So, oh my goodness, that's very kind of you. There's a lot of bitties. Appreciate the love. Thank you very much. Let's have some hype in chat and share the emotes that you got, chat. Loads of you got them, because 25 of us in chat got them, it said. So make sure you show us. Oh, yay. Look at all that. Look at all those emotes that you've given to people, Oracle. That's very awesome. It's very nice when people can all get a bit of love from it too. So yay. Look at, they're all really cute. Do we get them forever, guys? Oh no, they're limited. But at least we get them for a bit. Mega cheer. And hi Vivi, how are you doing? It's good to see you. And hi Son of Saiyan as well. I like your link, emote. How are you doing? Welcome. No idea about emotes. Usually what happens is when you get an emote, guys, it will pop up saying you've just unlocked an emote. You'll get like a little pop-up. So that's how you'll know. And it like says thank the person who gave the bits for the emote as well. But some of us aren't lucky, some of us don't get the RNG. Good luck. Rose, I had to run out for a minute. I'm doing good. How are you? I'm doing good, National. I'm doing good apart from the bit of lag that we're getting today. It's only on my end, I think, that I'm getting the lag though. I know that, I hope so anyway. There's no dropped frames on stream or anything. It's literally just a bit of a CPU overload because of my PC having a lot of programs open today. But we're just saving winged shot, which is we're doing a GIF of the Hunter skill winged shot. So is that saved? Okay, so we'll compress this one now. Now we've done 3 out of the 8 now. This will be the 3rd skill out of 8 that we need to get uploaded on the Discord. Now this one's a bit of a big one. This one's 16 megabytes. I hope we can optimize this one under 8 megabytes. So let's see. I think the Pride emotes, I hope so, because they're really cute and very lovely. A bit tired, but I'm doing good otherwise. All right, still new to Twitch stuff. Well, so how long have you been on Twitch, Holder? Well, welcome to Twitch. I didn't realise that you were a more of a newbie to Twitch. Bit tired, but doing good otherwise. Oh no. I didn't get many hours sleep last night. To be honest, I'm surprised I'm so wide awake. But like I said, I'm a bit of a superhuman. And a bit of coffee always does the trick. But to be honest, I'm not like a huge coffee drinker. I do sometimes have one in the morning some days. But like that's literally the most I have. The Pride Lion is the only good emo. Don't like the Pride Lion is absolutely adorable. For sure. Okay, so yeah, this is the setting that we do. Okay. Fingers crossed it's under 8 meg. Oh no, it's under 12 meg. We'll do it though. We might have to increase the fuzz on this one a bit more. No problem there. Oracle, thank you for the sub as well. 4 months. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. Let's have hype. Share. I'm going to share a mixture of my bat hype and some of the Pride emotes in chat. Let's see that hype for the sub. Wingshot looks good, thank you. I can't wait for you all to see them all on the Discord when they get posted. I mean, we're having to, like, the quality of them is having to be a little bit reduced for optimization purposes, because Discord doesn't always let us have, you know, it only lets us have up to 8 megs. But the main thing is you guys can actually see how the animation works. And basically so we can get a good sound effect matched up with them. That's kind of the job. Because sound, in my opinion, is a very underrated thing. A lot of people very much value visuals, which is totally understandable, because visuals are the first thing you see and it can be what attracts you to a game. But I feel like sound is definitely very, you know, it makes a big difference as well. Yeah, we got this under 8 meg now, so we're going to save. Compressed. Thank you for the hype, everybody. If you don't mind me asking, are you British? Yes, I am, son of Zion. I am indeed. Could you tell by my accent? My accent's one of those things that it's quite difficult to hide, for sure. Okay, now I'm just want to test if it uploads. Oh no! It wasn't quite enough. We'll put it up to 88. I think it must have been just slightly above the 8 meg then. Put it on 90. This one doesn't want to go under 8 meg. Thank you, Una, for the follow. I appreciate that. Welcome to the stream. It suddenly jumped from 8 meg to 5 meg just with 1%. But that's fine. Okay, so save. Now, that one should work fine and should upload. It'll probably look a little bit manky, but as long as it's visible. I wanted pretty GIFs. I'm a little bit disappointed because I wanted beautiful GIFs for our game that we could like really show off, but we could just use the uncompressed versions, I guess, if we want to put them on somewhere else to show off. Could we? Oh, you mean crop? We could have done that. In all honesty, I am kind of having a bit of space on these images, I guess, but we got it. To be honest, that doesn't look much worse than the previous ones. There's a little bit of like, you know, noise, fuzz stuff going on, but it's still fine. So I'm going to delete it because we'll put them all up at the end. And now our next skill is Arrow Rain. Are you ready to see Arrow Rain, everyone? Because this one is a bit of a showy one. It's an AoE skill. So, yes, it's a bit of a fancy one. It's similar to Wing Shot, how it looks visually, but it's just a little bit more fancy than Wing Shot because it hits everybody and it comes down like rain. Okay, so I'm going to actually run away from this battle and do it on a fresh new battle. Let's get the screen up so you can all see. They look great, yay! They're not 100% beautiful or 100% good quality, but you can see the skill. It's the main thing. Okay. I don't know why he looks injured. Oh, it's because he's only got 20 HP. I think I took that a little bit early, actually, but okay, well, we'll do that one again. You saw it anyway. Dead. Dead. Okay, game over. Probably because we only have 21 HP. I feel like we should start again. Discard that last one. Okay, so as you could see, did that only take 7 frames? No way. That one broke. We got to do it again. Recording. Thank you for that follow, Son of Saiyan, as well. I appreciate that. Appreciate that follow. So we got to do that one again because it failed on us. Did we get a bit of lag on that skill there? I don't know. Let's play it and see. Let's do it again. There's a little bit of lag there. It's unfortunate that there's lag, but it's because we're screen capturing at the same time. But it's not like the skills don't look 100% smooth because of it. But what else can you do? I mean, the other option was for me to record from OBS the screen and had a video of it instead of a GIF, I suppose, but I can't do that because I'm recording my stream right now, so I can't stop that. Do our bitey flower pair have a name? They don't look like they get much as love as Stumpy, but then Stumpy really is something special. He is. The bitey flower pair, do you mean these guys? Nobody loves them, National. They don't get the love that Stumpy gets. Because people must think that they're ugly. Are they ugly, guys? Those plants? They do look a bit fearsome, you know. No. I don't know what it is about Stumpy that everybody got obsessed with. I mean, those of you that are new to stream won't have a clue who Stumpy is. I feel like I need to show him to you. Those of you that don't know Stumpy. Because you'll fall in love immediately. He's adorable. So adorable that the community said that they don't want Stumpy to die. Well, he's a character that has to flee in battle, an enemy that has to flee because he's too cute to be killed. Although there has been discussion about having a side quest dedicated to Stumpy in this episode that has multiple endings. One of the endings will be Stumpy becomes like a sort of king of the forest. And the other ending is that Stumpy dies. And there might be another ending as well. And someone in the community even did a load of assets of dead Stumpy, and Stumpy with like a crown on his head. And they were amazing. So it feels like we've already kind of got a side quest idea coming along for that. There's a lot of fleshing out to do with it, of course, but the early ideas are there, and it'll be fun to talk about. But Stumpy is basically an adorable little tree stump, for those that don't know. And he's an enemy that you encounter in part 4 of the Everbloom Forest, is it? I think. So this is screen 1, part 1 of the Everbloom Forest, so it's a little bit early to see Stumpy yet. And we generally do the battle tests on these plants because they're a little bit more simple. These guys are all right. They look really mean, like they bite ankles and eat birds. Yeah, you can't have all adorable creatures as enemies, otherwise you'd never want to kill any of them. Yeah. I feel bad now because not once have I felt sorry for killing these guys. But they have lives too. As the fruits, apple, and the others want to protect the fruits of the plants and creatures of the forest. They have lives too. Maybe the fruits are right. Okay, so should we record this again? I can't remember if we... I feel like I need to stop doing that, pressing record when I've already pressed the skill, because we're only capturing half of the skill. It's a bad habit I've developed. But it worked. We did get a non-lag playback there. We need to delete the ending. But yeah, with that one, he actually, as you can see, shoots a few arrows because it's an AoE attack. So I like that I managed to do that little animation sequence because it's a nice touch to be able to... oh, where's our screen capture? It's a nice touch that you actually visibly see him with his bow, like shooting a few arrows. We don't need the last bunch of frames. Let's see the part where we can stop. It actually killed that one. The AoE, like, you know, it's a good one. It's valuable against a few enemies for sure, but it's quite weak in attack power. It's weaker in attack power than a single target attack, which helps keep it a bit balanced. But obviously, I think that's the trick when it comes to upgrading the arrow range skill. Whenever it is that we get the upgrade for it, we got to make sure that it's on average. The hit points it hits with the flat value is weaker than what the average attack will be for the warrior. It doesn't become too OP because otherwise everyone would just spam arrow rain. But you'll have MP skill points, which, you know, will prevent you from spamming skills anyway, I guess. Okay, so let's because we're on 100 frames at the moment and we don't need all that. Yeah, I feel like we could delete from here. Okay, play. It's definitely slower than how it is in game though. Oh no, it's because of the lag why it's slow. That's why it's sped up a bit now. Okay. Save. So this was the last hunter skill, because the other 2 hunter skills are the wolf, the summon, which we haven't implemented yet. That one will be done at a later point. And the other one is plant plucker, which is a loot based skill for double loot. So that one is actually a passive and didn't need to have an animation, because you see at the end that you've got double loot. You get 4 drops, 1 from each fruit, or 2 from each plant, instead of 1 from each plant if you didn't have it. Save. Now let's compress this one. Oops. I might get myself a snack in a bit, but I'll do that after I've uploaded the GIFs. Because I'm too excited to get these GIFs up. So we'll put it on 51. That's kind of our first attempt to optimising it. But it's huge. My goodness, it's still huge. There must not be many. Put it on 100, what happens? Because then we'll know. Oh yeah, it makes it it's super small when it's on 100 times fuzz. So, can make it bigger. I mean less fuzz. We want it to not be super bad quality. Although I really don't think it makes much difference. There we go. Would a plant's plucked message work at any point on a victory screen? Some sort of indicator might be nice, I guess. We could, even if we don't use a visual animation indicator, there's always the option to have a sound indicator. I was thinking of going that route with Squish It actually in the end, because I did try an animation with Squish It, but it felt a bit like visual overload, seeing as we've got all these little provoke icons and everything else. So I was thinking not maybe a sound effect to tell us that it's worked could be an idea. And we could do the same with plant plucker, but I can't even think of a sound effect that would work for a loot-based skill. So we could always, I suppose we could go for a text as long as it didn't look, as long as it wasn't jarring or interrupted the flow, I guess. Like, that's something we can experiment with and see what works best. Because I could imagine between now and episode 1's release, even when we've done way more and we've implemented the whole cave dungeon and loads of side quests, I can imagine we'll still be perfecting the battle system and everything else, the UI and all the bugs as we do all that. It's an ongoing thing. The rule is, as long as it's perfect before episode 1's release, because once episode 1's released, I don't want things to change dramatically in episode 2. I want the visual look and everything to be consistent in the game between episode releases. So yeah, as long as everything's all good and ready for episode 1. Compress. So this one's saved us. We've done 4 out of the 8. Done 4 out of the 8 now. I'll test to see if, I don't know why Discord is a little bit, there we go. For some reason it was a bit high up. We had a little bit of gap. There we go. Okay. I like to make sure the GIF actually works. Yeah. And doesn't look bad. Yay! Yay! Okay. Internet's going more slow than usual and keeps kicking me out. Oh no! Hope it fixes itself soon. Lord, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Okay, so next skills. So we've done half of them now. We've done all the warrior and all the hunt ones. So that means that the other half are all vampire skills. Crazy, right? Because Rose actually doesn't have any passives in the first stage of the skill tree, which makes me wonder if we're going to do some switching around. But when we've worked on stage 2 of the skill tree, if we felt it necessary, I wouldn't refuse moving some of Rose's active skills to the second stage and switching them with passives. But that's something we won't know until the balancing stage, once we like properly testing things. It's going to be hard to like do the balancing effectively until we've got the playable build ready, you know, and we've got all the enemies in the correct positions and we've got everything 100% smooth and implemented in the Everbloom Forest. And obviously we're not going to do stage 2 of the skill tree until we start the next dungeon, which it will be main quest 3 onwards, and we're not going to be starting that contact until August, did we say? Because the next month's going to be a lot of tidying up, a lot of fixing, polishing, so we won't be properly starting the new content until August time, because, you know, we need to make sure everything's polished first for our first playable build. We don't want to start new things when everything else needs doing still. I need a nap, but I have to go back to work in 30. Oh no, how much sleep did you get, Ray? Did you not get much sleep last night? Naps are good. I say you nap. Have a half-hour nap. A squish it might not work the way I imagine. Does it lower the squishable enemy's defense for all future attacks from any character? Let's read it, because I sometimes have to refresh myself with what it actually is. So it decreases planned enemy defense by 4. So it's a passive. Once you unlock that skill as a warrior, you from that point on, any planned enemy that you encounter will have their defense knocked down by 4. And I know 4 seems like a very small number, but at this stage of the game, when everything's like got very tiny amounts of stats so it makes quite a difference, that 4 defense decrease at this point. But of course, that's why skill upgrades are going to be so valuable in our game, because eventually that will be too weak, and squish it'll upgrade, and the flat value amount will be higher and it'll be more valuable. But yeah, so as soon as you see a plant and you hit it, the defense gets lowered by 4 at that point. And it works as a passive skill quite well, I think, compared to an active skill. And the main reason it worked as an active skill very well as well. I mean, all the only difference was you had to use it. It wasn't an automatic thing. But the only issue for me with Squish It being an active skill was that we'd end up with skill bloat by mid-game. We'd have Crush It, Squish It, all these different types of debuffs in our skill menu, and they'd be irrelevant, a lot of them, if we weren't in a dungeon with those enemy types. So it felt like a smarter move to make it passive because of that reason, because I think we're going to limit ourselves to 12 skills max for active skills, I think, so that it's easy to remember the skills that each class has. And because we're going to have so many classes in our game, you know, we don't want to have too many active skills per class. So making use of passives, or turning active skills into passives to, if necessary, is probably a good thing to do. But Radio, thank you so much for that 120 bits. I appreciate that. You guys have been very nice with the bits today. I mean, it is my birthday soon, so I understand why, giving me an early birthday present. So I appreciate that. Appreciate the love. Watch some ads, got some bits. Thank you. Yeah, ads are great. I wish that we could watch ads here, because we can't in the UK. We used to be able to, but then it stopped. Oh, lag. We got lag. Come, stop lagging, stream. Don't do this to us. What's happening? I'll be back in a sec, guys. Okay, I'm back now. I don't know what happened then, but it's like we had a slight bit of lag. Let's catch up with chat then. Teacher accent. That's a funny one. I'm like the most unposhest person ever. Come on. Yes, Rose would shape her Twitch shape, the episodic shape making RPG. Oh my goodness, what a person! Okay, I can't make sense of what you're saying. Wow. Okay. So it's active from the moment the battle starts. Yeah. It's so yes, I mean, that's how it'll work basically. Of course you have to hit a plant enemy to notice, but you'll do that anyway. So yeah. Also, I don't know how many hours of sleep I got. Honestly, it's rare to get a full night's sleep at the moment. Oh no. Well, I hope you get your rest back this weekend. I hope you do. Weekend's the time for chilling. Can we add a squished comment above plant enemies during the zoom in moment at the start of battle? Zoom moment at the start of battle. The thing is, I like the text ideas, but one thing I have done, National, and with our battle system, is I've kind of hidden the battle log, because I think it's too... I guess I'm a fan of minimal, so I ended up doing that. I hid the traditional battle log that the RPG Maker games get. And I think I'm more fond of the visual or sound indicators. But I'm not going to say no to the text pop-ups if it works and it isn't jarring. So I'm still going to consider that for sure. But like the rest, if you ever see any other RPG Maker games, you might have noticed that there's a big square at the top, and every time you attack something, it comes up saying hit point damage, and it like logs every single action with a sentence in battle. But I removed that because I thought it was a bit excessive and it didn't allow for much screen space. And it was so yeah, but I'm sure we can think of some sort of indicator, even if it's subtle. They're missing a few hypes, but I think it goes generally left. Rose watches she showed. I was reading it, I was like, oh that's, and then I realised it made absolutely no sense. But welcome to the stream. Yeah, they're missing a few hypes indeed. But yeah, I'll think about it, because I feel like we need some sort of indicator with our passives, because it's rewarding, isn't it, to like know it's working, and even if it's not, if text or the sounds or anything like that is something I implement right now, it's something I can also add on at any point during the implementation of episode 1. I feel like the battle system and everything like that will slowly be improved and made as good as possible between now and episode 1's release anyway. Okay, so yeah, vampire skills now. So we gotta record all of Rosie's skills. Okay. Let's get a test player. Oh, hang on, I forgot. We gotta do something. So at the moment we've been removing Rose from the party, haven't we? We can't do that. Can we remove the hero from the party and have Rose in battle on her own? Just for testing purposes. I wonder if it'll let us do that. I'm gonna say. If it doesn't, it's no big deal, but the hero will have to be with us, next to us, when we do Rose's gifts. So let's I forgot that we had the test play still up actually. Let's quit. Doesn't matter who we use out, the warrior and hunter, I guess. No, I don't. Oh. Whoa, okay. Has it got rid of the hero? Oh, wow. Rose is in battle on her own after all. Cool. Cool. Okay. I didn't think that would be doable, you know. I thought that we'd be forced to have the hero in battle. So the first Rose skill is Drain. Now everybody knows what Drain is. I'm sure it's a very common RPG skill. And you guys haven't seen the vampire animations yet, but I was doing them yesterday and I hope you like them. I think they're pretty cool. So let's get it ready. Let's hope there's no lag while we do this. Stop. Okay, so yeah, she actually jumps because one thing I realised about Rose. Did that work? Did we save that GIF? It's not taking us straight to the thing. We might have to do it again. Yeah, what was I saying? She jumps because before, by default, Rose actually punches. And she's a vampire. Why would she punch? So, because that's what they do. If a character's not got a weapon equipped by default, they punch with a bare fist. So Rose's action sequence has to be different because she's a vampire. So I thought, well, we'll just make her jump in the air and look like she's biting the enemy. So that's what I did. And so we got the blood, and then we had the blood as well go into Rose to give the impression that she's drained the blood of them and she's absorbing it. The very common item drain, the thing in the sink and tub. Yeah, that drain. Rosie's prequel story. Okay, I'm going to record it again because it seemed like it didn't properly screen capture that. Why is it being a butt? Usually it automatically takes you to the GIF area, the GIF maker section, but it's not doing that now. I might have to close it down and bring it back up. It's broken. Strange. It's a vampire way, knock 'em silly and drain 'em dry. The only funny thing is about this, guys, is that she's sucking blood out of plants that actually don't have blood because they're not human. So one thing I've thought, an idea was, and I don't know if this will work, it's something I've got to experiment with, is change the colour of the blood that Rose absorbs of the enemy depending on what the enemy type is. I was thinking of change it to like a sort of sap colour for the plants, and then for the rocks in the cave changing it to blue because it's water. Something like that would be a really cool attention to detail thing, because realistically plants and rocks don't have blood, so we have to think of what colour their life source actually is. So that is something I'd really like to do. If I think I'd have to do a bit of scripting to get that to work, like conditional statements for if it's a plant enemy, then change the image, the colour of it to that sort of thing. I think it's definitely doable. But it's not going to be something that's implemented immediately. That's something I'll add eventually. And I think it'll be a nice touch to actually have sap that Rose is sucking out of them instead, especially for when we get to Stumpy and Father Maple. You know, they're famous for the pancake. Well, Father Maple's famous for his pancake ability, so it makes more sense for it to be sort of sap that she's sucking out of them. And the fruits as well, the fruit enemies, like how cool would it be if Rose sucked out their actual fruit colour instead of just red blood? I feel like that is like a really, I don't know if it's ambitious to pull off. Like, it might be easier than I think. I've got to experiment, but I feel like it's worth it. But we'll see. When it comes to things like this, I don't like to make promises just in case it ends up being harder work than I think it's going to be. But that's basically a plan and something I'd like to do. Okay, so we got to fix this silly GIF thing though, guys, because it's sort of broke. So I'm going to turn it off. I don't know what's happened to it, but it's for some reason. For some reason let's try again. Yeah, it's not saving Rosie's GIF for some silly reason, so I'm going to close it and open it again. Rose's powerful sucking skills. Yeah, she can even turn plants sap into red blood. But yeah, there's a realism issue with that because not every enemy has red blood. But I think I would like to. I don't think it'd be a big deal if it was red blood all the time for every enemy, because who cares, right? It's a fantasy world. But at the same time, I think it'd be a nice touch to actually have realistic liquid that Rose absorbs from the enemies. So we'll say. Okay, let's try this again. I think it worked that time. Did it? Or did it crash instead? Oh no, it worked. The enemy did die though, as we drained it. That's no big deal. Look at Rose's face. Look, guys. I don't know if you can see it because we've like, it's all squashed in this little small overlay. But she's there we go. So how many frames is that? That's over 100 frames, but it is a slightly longer animation anyway. Because it's like so slower because of like it's really showing this animation's flaws. But you don't notice it when it's like as fast as it is in RPG Maker. I'm still happy with it, how I managed to do it. I mean, at least she's not punching them anymore. The timing could be, you know, maybe improved just a touch, but you get the picture. You get the picture of how it works. I mean, at the moment, the blood is appearing before Rose physically gets there, I say. Which you don't actually notice when it's happening as fast as it is in the engine. But, it just shows there's always room for improvement. She only like gets 1 HP from him because he's only got 1 HP left because he's almost dead. Okay, so let's get that saved. It's decent, realistic. Water from a stone, sap from a tree. Now she could squeeze your rock so hard milk comes out or throw a stone. So far it flies away, but I'll be worried. Yeah. But also, I don't know at this point how hard it'll be to implement, but it's literally just conditional. It's just a conditional statement in a script and just a recolor of a single animation asset. So I don't know how RPG Maker works, but maybe if there's an option you could set the skill effect per enemy type, maybe. Yeah, I think that's the best way to probably do it, because all the plants I could imagine just have them having a colour of sap or life source dedicated to them. Like sort of mapley yellowy colour, you know, because Father Maple kind of has set that in stone. And then the rocks all have like a kind of water sort of colour for their liquid life source that Rose sucks from them. But yeah, the only ones that would probably be different are the fruits, because they, of course, will have apple would be green, blueberry would be blue, plum would be purple. So, but they're a boss, so they're special anyway. So it feels worth it to make them a little bit distinct. Okay, so I'm going to just save this one. Vampire skill. Drain. Okay, so I am noticing time's moving on faster than I thought today, which is no surprise because streams are always stream always goes by fast. So if we don't, we'll get the GIFs up before the end of stream. I'll make sure of it, but I don't know. We probably won't have much time to look for sound effects. But I'll be glad I've got them in there, because over the weekend, what I'll do, or what anyone here can do, is if they find a really good sound effect on a website, on a free open source copyright free kind of website, of course, if you ever find a sound that you think would be a good contender, feel free to post it, because all you have to do is look at the GIF to see. But Monday's stream will do it anyway. We'll make sure we get the sounds paired up, but maybe only half of Monday's stream, because I kind of want to move on to the fruits next week and look into their mechanics and their boss fight. But we can spend a portion of the stream looking into the sound effects if we... Because I won't be doing that this weekend, so it'll mean that we've still got Monday to do that. Because this weekend I've got other tasks to do. Maybe that you could create an extremity type for bosses and set them up that way. Yeah, for unique enemies, they could have their own enemy type, I guess. I guess the question is there a limit to enemy types in RPG Maker? I suppose I could just use a simple switch, in all honesty, to do it as well for the unique enemies. Okay, so back to the compression website. Now I hope this oh dear. This one is actually too large to even process. And that's because I think this one had more frames. How big is it though? How big? Is there any bits that we can delete? We might have to delete a few frames of this, guys. It's because it's a longer it is a longer animation, so for some reason the GIF maker's not appearing now for you guys. Let's get it up again. I don't know why the GIF maker's not appearing for you guys now. Okay. Fortunately, I can't waste time messing about, so just give me a minute. I want to get these GIFs up before the end of the stream, you see. I'm going to see if I can speed this image up. And then that might make it smaller, you know. Maybe. I don't know if you can though. I don't know if it lets you. For sound effects, I'm just going to record me making the noises for them. Here, ha, couple. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to try my best to actually get some good, decent free sounds. I think sound's very important and I want the game to be professional as possible, even though that's a challenge when you're not getting them professionally done. But we'll see. You can do a lot with sound and there are a lot of free sound resources out there. Hi Rex, how you doing? Long time no see. Might make drain and other effect colours too if I'm squishable, yes, or I'm crushable, yes. Yeah, sound like a sensible plan. Because that's what we've got. We've kind of got a state, haven't we, that's called I'm squishable or I'm crushable. So I'd say for normal enemy types, that's the way to do it. But for bosses, if they're like the fruits, for example, then they'd have a unique switch that determines. But not every boss is going to be like the fruits. Some will just be, you know, have normal blood. A lot of them, the fruits are different. I saw some of your stream, you were beasting levels. Yeah, Rex plays Mario Maker 2, which is a game I'm absolutely rubbish at. I cannot play those sort of games. I remember when I tried to play Cuphead on stream and it was an embarrassment. Never again. Okay, so I have tried to, oh my goodness, I'm so confused why I'm having these tech problems today. Oh, here we go, finally. So I don't understand why this this particular GIF is so big. I suppose it's because it's got more frames, but I've deleted a few. Oh gosh, this one is big. 40 megabytes. It has to be 35 to upload to the site. There's no, I really cannot delete any frames because we need them all to see how Drain works. But hang on, I think I can delete a few, in all honesty. I'm being a little bit silly. There's a few we can delete. I mean, we could crop the images if we wanted to, but we can delete some here. I know she's just standing here doing nothing for a while, so we can delete them. I'm trying to figure out in RPG Maker how to make her move faster, in all honesty, because it feels like she's standing there a long time. So if we delete those frames, then that'll save us a lot of time. But yeah, the timing of the blood is slightly off. You only really notice when it slowed down the speed. How dare you? How dare you, GIF Maker, expose the animation and make it be seen as a failure? Okay, so save. My sound effects would be professional level, would they? Well, if they would, then oh my goodness, I'm all for it. But you know, it sounds a funny one. Their sounds are a funny one indeed. People have said to me that I should make my own sound effects for Raindrop Chronicles, and I'm like, no, I'm not ruining my game with my sound effects. Okay, save. It'd make it fun to drain each fruit, see what colour pops up. A little ghastly maybe, but video game. I agree. I think that I agree. I think it's a nice little touch and detail, and it's not something that a lot of people won't bother. I feel like a lot of people think, screw it, just let the vampire just have blood from every single enemy, even the ones that don't have blood. But I'm not lazy like that. Not accusing anyone of being, but I can be a bit of a perfectionist, and it can be my downfall sometimes. But I think it's worthwhile in this case. I think it'll be a nice touch. Okay, back to the website. Now it's gonna work now. Better work. I've been doing this one forever. In all honesty, this stream is like, you know, had a few little issues getting the GIFs how we want them, but I think it's well worth it doing GIFs of the skills so we can all actually see them, because you know, you don't always see them properly, do you? When in the stream people look away and then it's gone, the skill's finished. Then you'd have to just watch the VOD to see it again. But yet to see it in more detail on a GIF anyway, because it's at the proper size that it should be. You get to see it over and over again without having to rewind. I just think it'll be a good way to think of sound effects better, because I personally would struggle matching up sound effects to skills, and when I'm not visually able to see the skill playing back for me like this. Okay, so save. And yes, luckily it's faster, so we don't see the flaws in the animation now. Yay. Drain compressed. Oh no. Holy crap, that's 23 meg. We can't have that one. That Discord will not allow that. Okay, so we've got it down. Ooh. Let's try. We might have to have it on 100 because it's I hope it doesn't look terrible quality though like this. I don't even think it's working when it's 100% fuzz. It's a flat image. There's no animation there. Because unfortunately, even at 99%, it's still too big. Blah. I know what to do. I know what to do. I'm going to save this one. And then we're going to upload it again and compress it some more. So, refresh. I got someone working on an animation for my character when they finish it. Could you possibly test in-game to see if it looks alright? Of course. At some point, definitely get around to it. Because it's definitely something you want to know, isn't it? Beforehand, especially if your character's not going to be joining us till mid-game, because then you can at least, if there is something wrong, you can ask for an edit when they're still doing commissions. Okay, trying to see if we can get it down. Oh, hang on. Why is it? City website. He was using the other GIF. That looks super cool. What does the drain skill actually like it? I hope they're good, because you know it's a new thing for me, doing this skill animation business, and the timing's not 100% perfect. The blood actually appears before she goes down and bites them, but it would have took me another like half hour to perfect that yesterday, and I would have gone to bed at 6 AM so I had to just like get them just you know, get the picture sort of thing of what the skill does, kind of quality. Perfection can be done later. I need to do a bit more for my character's animation. I think I'll do that this weekend before I tell the skill tray. Yeah, sure. I honestly think it's so cool, Van and Ray, do that you guys are so into your characters. Please get under 8 mags, please. We have 3 more skills to do before the end of stream. This one's really not behaving itself. Like it's literally just 0.7 above the limit. Why can't you do this for us? Oh, it's worked. Okay, this one's really grainy. It's super grainy, guys, because it's been heavily compressed. But it does work. Oh. Okay, so let's upload and say. It looks like she's biting mid-leap, classic vampire fashion. It will work for even taller enemies too, yes. And that's something I worry about. I think, oh yeah, different enemy types. What if it looks weird with small, like super short enemies and super tall? It can be a challenge to make the skill sequence and animation fit for all. But sometimes you don't know until you get to that point. And if it ever happens that we're fighting another enemy and one of the skills looks really weird, then we just have to make adjustments then. I try not to put too much on my shoulders all at once, because I think that really helps. Like, stops you getting stressed and stuff. It's very important when you do a project like this that you kind of pace yourself and take it a step at a time. Okay, so it's so heavily compressed, but you know, you can see what she's doing, and that's the main thing. Okay, so drain done, 3 skills left. Let's get them done before the end of stream. Okay, pardon me. Okay, so let's get the test play up. So the next skill is Rush. This one's a little bit easier, actually. So, recording. Now, one sec, guys. I've got to just make a note of the width of this image so I remember. Because we have to resize it now. Because for Rush, we actually don't need to show the enemy. So I actually used the animation you liked for this one, National. It was the sort of ball thing. I think it was very good for Rush, personally. Record. So all that does is give her an extra skill in battle. It's really good. Has the potential to be very OP, so it needs a cooldown on it. Because if you didn't have a cooldown, you'd spam it. And Rose would be way OP. You'd be getting like double turns every single time. So it needs some kind of cooldown on it basically, but at the moment I've just picked a random number. I think it's like a cooldown of 3 or something, but it's definitely adjustable when we come to testing and balancing if we feel like it needs to be reduced or increased. I honestly feel like balancing is going to be the last task. Because Cyberpunk 2017 has been delayed again, guys, until November. It was meant to come out in September, but it's been delayed. And they've said that everything's done. The only thing that needs to be done is the balancing, basically. So it kind of shows that that is usually the last affecting thing. That as well as fixing bugs. So there we go, there's Rush. But we can delete a load of these frames because she's just standing there a lot of the time. So we'll delete them. There's a lot at the end we can delete too because we've got way too many here. There's 187. Goes a lot faster, by the way, in reality. For some reason, the screen to GIF editor seems to really slow down the speed. But then when we optimize it, it's fast again. Unless it's just the preview of this that's slow. Maybe it's fast normally when you save the file. Okay, so save, rush. Now I don't think this one's going to give us any problems with the reducing the file size because it's a square, it's a smaller image than the others. So, but it'll still need optimizing to some degree. Here we are. Now it's definitely sped up when we optimize it, and that's because we remove a lot of the frames. But that's how it actually looks. It looks more like that in RPG Maker, to be honest. So it's probably for the best. Might not be quite as fast as that, but it's definitely faster than that. Okay, so that's saved now, and I know it'll work, so we don't need to test it. Next skill is transaction. We need the hero with us for this one, so we'll do corrosion first, just so we don't have to. It'll save us loading the game. Because we need the hero for transaction because it's a healing the ally spell, so we need the hero there as an example. So we'll do corrosion first, and now we need to now I forgot what this one was. I forgot what animation I did for this one now. Oh yeah. I don't know if I think I accidentally. Ooh, I think I accidentally cut some off, so we might have to do it again. No, it's fine. Yeah, okay, so basically corrosion, well, if you remember, guys, it's like a bleed. It does damage over time to the enemy. So I put like a visual sort of indicator on that he's having damage over time on him. So it starts like with an animation, like sort of corrosion blood thing. I thought that we decided on that one when we looked at the animation website on Wednesday. We said that would probably be the most appropriate one, so I just recolored it to red. But then after every other second, you see like it appears again and then disappears, and that's to show us that it's still doing damage, because you need that indicator for damage over time, because otherwise how do you know if they're still being affected by the bleed? So it is an AoE though, so it'd affect all. I feel like we need to record it again when it's got the 2 toxic plants on the screen, actually, because it is an AoE. It's an AoE. doesn't just affect single target, and I want to show that. So I am going to run away from battle, and we're going to do it again. Thank you, Steapaz, for the follow. Appreciate that. Hope you're having a good Friday. Welcome to stream. I wish there wasn't lag while I was recording these GIFs. It's like the worst time for lag, because how are you meant to get good quality animations when there's lag? We have to run away again because I wasn't happy with that one. It's just a lot for my computer to handle. I wish I had a better computer. It is like 5 years old now. I think that'll do. It'll do. At least it'll speed up when we compress it. And I just like want to show that, yeah, I'll keep that because I like showing that. I do like to show that the dot is working on the enemy, but it will probably make the compression of the image not, you know, it'll make it too large, the size, that's the thing. Yeah, that'll do. Hang on, we could delete a few of these earlier ones actually. I'd rather delete that ones. The thing that's off-putting for me is the enemies don't have any reaction animations. They stay in their idle animation when attacking or getting hit. Yeah, it's one of those things, you know, like I love it when games add that detail, but it's like another job again. I'm a one-person team. We've got to remember that, guys, because there will be things you have to. I mean, I'd like that too, but it's it would require drag and bone animations, and we have that on our bosses. The fruit bosses have reactions, but not every single enemy in the game is a drag and bones animation, unfortunately, because they're a lot harder to implement than this kind of enemy. And I think it makes the bosses more epic, in all honesty, having it be exclusive to the bosses, that they're a lot more fancy with their reactions. But yeah, it would just increase development time, in all honesty, if I wanted to do that. We got it under 200 frames now, so that's a good thing, because I'm trying to get it under a certain amount of frames because it's going to be too large a file size otherwise. Okay, I think that will do. But please remember, guys, we're in early development here. Like, I'm all for improving stuff and adding more features, but you can only do so much at once, you know. And you can only do what the engine lets you do as well, and time. You know, it's a very... I work 24/7 on this, and it's a hard job. I'd love to be able to add all these features, but then you think game studios that have such quality games have usually got several people working for them, some even more. So you gotta I mean, I can't say yes, I'm gonna that's a great idea and I'm going to implement that, because I don't like to promise anything, because that would be putting a lot on myself. I can take it and think that's a great idea, I'll see what I can do, which is what I prefer to say, but I can't give promises. Okay, so let's get this one saved. And this one's probably going to be big. Might have a bit of trouble compressing this one. Yeah, we might have to not show the dot working for this particular thing, but we might. It's not really necessary to show, because we're only doing this for the sake of sound effects anyway. That's why that's what this stream is. It's simply we gifting how they visually look, the actual animations, so we can match up a sound effect for them. Because sound effects is the next job. One of a bazillion jobs. I think let's try and get it under 100 frames. Okay, so we've got it under 100 frames. I think that's fine. I'm not showing you the GIF maker right now. I forgot to put it up, but I think that's fine. I might go past a little bit past 6 today, just so I can get all these GIFs done, because I really want to get them in the Discord. That is really important. Otherwise, how? I want them all to be in there so people can, you know, discuss appropriate sounds if they wish to over the weekend. I think like we could have done this in half the time if it wasn't for my laggy computer. The laggy computer, it's yeah, being a pain in the bum. That GIF's not perfect. There's a bit of a weird like pause because I deleted some frames, but it's gonna have to do. Okay, so just one more left now. We'll get it there ready. Now we don't need the full screen for this one. We can have it back to a square because it's okay, so got the test play still up. Get it there. We do have to start a new game though because we need the hero for this one. We can't have Rose on her own. Would it be neat for corrosion to have recurring sound effect per damage? I think that would be cool, yeah, if it was done like, I'd say if it was done subtly, and it wasn't like what an annoying sound that got on people's nerves, I guess. So, because the plugin I did download, the one that does that keeps the constant visual states there, which is really good, because before this week, it wasn't possible to have animations constantly on the screen until I found that plugin. So luckily it's simple enough to do, and that plugin does let you do it with sounds as well, so it's definitely possible. So I'd say as long as the sound effect was a sound that wasn't making people's ears bleed as the dot was going, then yeah, I guess that's something we need to test and see what works. So transaction now, let's record. Okay, so that's a heart because it's a healing spell. And that was it your idea, National? I remember you saying the heart. So I literally just grabbed one of those hearts off the website and changed it to the blood red colour scheme that we've got. And I kind of made it so it mixed in with the same blood that I used for Drain to give the impression that she was absorbing it. So there's a lot of frames here that can get deleted. Delete those. This is a cool program, never heard of it. Screen to GIF. I literally just googled, I says screen record and GIF, or so. I forgot what I googled exactly, but this was like the first link that came up. So it's pretty good, like it does the job, but unfortunately, like the colours sometimes, the colours aren't 100%. Like, just say the quality isn't perfect when you save it. But you know, you can't really get perfect quality GIFs, can you? It's probably the best that's possible, really. Although I heard Photoshop does it just as good, but can be a pain as well, according to Holder. I think that's fine. I think we've got that in. So time to save. So this is the last one. Huzzah! Just in time for the end. there's really not much you can do about that. Yeah, it's just one of those things you can't fuss about it too much, because technology has its limits. But the main thing is about this is that I just, honestly, I just want to get the GIFs of the Discord so people can match up the skills with sound effects more easily. That's the whole purpose of this. Because it's, you know, otherwise it'd just be like, okay guys, drain sound effect now. But there's no context to what the sound effect is unless you can say. I mean, drain's easy, I suppose, because that's a common skill. But say for another skill, it's harder. Okay. Okay, that's might be just a bit big, so we'll put that just a bit more. I got told I'd sound like a school teacher today. Someone was like, come in and was like, stop putting on that school teacher's accent. And I was like, what? That's the first. In fact, I'm flattered, because all my life growing up, I've been seen, well, not just me, this isn't personal to me. This is personal to anyone that's from where I'm from. We've always been seen as the common muck of the UK, you know, to put it bluntly. And to be told that I actually have a, well, you know, a posher type of accent is a compliment, because I've never been thought of in that way. That's yeah, they were like, they basically said I was putting on a school teacher accent or something, and I'm like, this is my voice. Like, I think I'm common, like the way I speak. I don't try to sound posh at all. I just sound very strong. I mean, I've had people come in the stream being like, you've got a strong accent. So what is it? Common or strong? You can't please everyone. Someone's always going to have something to say. In all honesty, I've been told by my friends I act like a teacher. Yeah, I don't think there's anything offensive about it. It's I mean, what is it to be offended by? I mean, it's a compliment, surely. My sister's a teacher. My sister's a school teacher, and she's very different to me. She's a lot more. I'm very goofy and silly, but my sister's more serious. But sometimes I can be serious too. I think it's way better to go the extra mile and match up a visual with the audio. Yeah, that's what I want to do, really. I just want to make sure we have sounds that match as much as possible. Because these are skills, like, it's not like it's just a cutscene where you hear a sound and then you never hear it again. These are sound effects you're going to hear over and over again. So they've got to be good. Otherwise people will get fed up of listening to them. Because the skills are going to be used over and over again. Okay. I forgot what I was doing. Oops. I did something dumb. I accidentally dragged the File Explorer off screen. And now I can't see it, and I can't get it back when I'm trying. I can't save the file now. Oh my god. What a silly thing to do. If I press optimize GIF again, will it refresh it? Like, it's gone. It's completely gone. Even if I refresh now, it might not, Wow, I can't even, like, get off the page. Because the file explorer's there. This is so dumb. I can't do anything now. How do I get it back? Will Task Manager get rid of it for me? Maybe it will. Will Task Manager get rid of it? Hopefully. Otherwise we're screwed. Windows Explorer, is that it? Yeah. No, that didn't work. It is a bummer. It's the stupidest thing I've ever done. I can't get off, like I'm stuck. And I'm looking in File Explorer and I can't find it. Because it... I'd have to turn the whole of Chrome off, wouldn't I? I'd have to end the task of Chrome and reload the whole website again. Oh my god. It's the only thing I can do. easegift.com is what it's called. I don't want my dinner to be ready now, please. I've got so much to do. And task. Okay, I think it shut Chrome down. I have to just reload the whole site. I've lost a lot of tabbed links. I hope it brings them back because I had a lot of important tab stuff there. Also, the Final Fantasy background music will have turned off, and so would have the closed captions. Oh. Is Chrome not responding at all? Nope. It isn't. I've turned it off and I've even pressed it and it's not. Oh, it's coming back now. Fingers crossed. It's just bad timing. It's awful timing because it's end of stream time and I need to get this finished. So, there we go. We're back. You're kidding me. Hang on. No way. Oh, okay. Phew. I thought that it forever had moved the File Explorer off the screen. And I was like, no way. But, it's here. Thank goodness. Okay, so all GIFs are done now. Hurrah. Should we get them up in the Discord then? Oh my goodness. Still, I've had fun. I'm glad they're done. I honestly did not think it would take this long. Like I thought that doing the GIFs would take like 30 minutes at the start of the stream and then we could spend the rest of the stream doing sound effects. That's what I thought it would be. Ended up being the whole entire stream of trying to get the GIFs done. Crazy. Okay. Well, it worked in the end. I know. So I'm going to get them all up now in order. So the first one is Adrenaline. And I'm gonna give each of them a caption so we know. So warrior skill 1 adrenaline. And it's probably best I put the skill description as well, so there's a context. Now I've just got to pray now that my dinner's not ready soon, and if it is, I'm gonna have to just go. So I might not be able to do a raid today because I'll be in a rush, but so adrenaline, increase attack and defense by 5 or 3 turns. I feel like I need to put yeah, I think this is fine. I'm trying to think if I should add anything else. You got the gifts done, yeah. You always got to look at the bright side. So as you can see, guys, if you're in the Discord now and look at them, you'll see that they're like a little bit fuzzy and heavily compressed. But you can say what it does, you know. And I appreciate the feedback, guys, on the battle system stuff today. It's always good to have something, you know, to improve upon if the engine allows it. So, and it's nice to get insight. But yeah, it's RPG Maker isn't the most flexible of engines when it comes to implementing your vision, and you just have to do your best. Sometimes things are possible, but sometimes it's hard work, and sometimes it's something I might think, yeah, I'll do that, but it might be something I add later on, you know, towards the end of episode 1's development. I see the battle system and the whole UI design, and honestly anything in the game, as something that's can constantly be improved upon throughout as we make builds, playable builds, you know. It might look different, and a lot might have changed by the time episode 1 actually does come out. Okay, so the next one, I keep forgetting the order. Warcry, that's it. Warrior skill 2, Warcry. Well, it's 4. It's skill. No, it's skill 3, because some of them are passives. And that didn't need. Okay, I think that's it. Oh, thank you for the hype, Rex. So don't say anything in the message box yet, guys, because I want everything to be together. It's okay giving reactions, by the way, to the images. That's fine. But you can talk in the channel as soon as I've put everything in. Feel free, honestly, feel free to suggest any good sound effects that you think would be fitting. Wow, he looks like that's really like, he doesn't even pause and stand still for a second in that GIF, but you get the idea. I feel like I missed something important. I feel like I could have slowed down making that GIF a bit, because he actually like taunts before the enemy gets hit, and it's really hard to tell in that GIF. So I think I could have done a better job there. I feel like I need to describe what they do in the skills, because it's hard to tell with that one. Okay, so let's get the gifts in first, and I'll I'll expand on the descriptions after. I just want to get them all in first. Arrow, no, it's not arrow rain, it's wing shot. Hunter skill 1. Winged shot. It's cool. It's happening super fast. And that's why I want to write a little more of a description, just for some clarity on what's happening. I mean, in some of them it's much easier to tell, but I didn't, honestly, that GIF's really rushed. I should have at least showed the cast at the start so you could see the animation a bit more clearly. Oh, thank you for the hype. But I think if I put just a little short description sentence for each, that'll help a bunch, I think, just for a bit of clarity. So now arrow rain. Well, no, oops, I accidentally uploaded the big one. I panicked and I was like, no. But hunter's skill. I'm actually going to be rushing now, guys, because I'm actually worried that dinner's going to be any second. So I'm not making dinner, you see. It's one job I don't have to do, thank goodness. Some days I cook dinners, but it's usually on weekends when I do it. On days I don't stream because it helps to not have to do that on streaming days. Did rainfall damage to all areas? There we go. I like it. Yeah, I just like, I'm very overly critical. It's I can be a perfectionist and put a lot on myself. And that's why when someone suggests an idea in stream, and honestly, if it's a really good one, like Kindle's idea was really good and a really good suggestion, but I'm one of these people that is like, okay, I'm going to have to do that now because I'm a perfectionist, and even if it means me having sleepless nights trying to work it out, so I worry about my health being a perfectionist, but at the same time, we'll hopefully get a better game. Oh, thank you for the 500 bits. Love what you're doing here. Keep doing you, and thanks for bringing amazing content. Thank you, Chameleon. That's very kind of you. And who got the emotes? Feel free to share the emotes, those of you that got the emotes, and let's have lots of hype in chat for that very generous bits. Thanks for all the bits today, guys. I know it's because it's my birthday next week, so you're all giving me the early birthday present. So I appreciate it. I appreciate the support though, even so. Thank you so much. And I'm gonna give a bit of hype. I think I've got a bit of time to still get these gifts in, so we're all good. So no more hunter skills because the other ones are summon, which I haven't done yet, and the other ones are passive. So but all Rose's skills are there. So first one was drain. Oh my goodness, quickly, let's get it in. Vampire skill 1, drain. Description of that. You might have noticed that we've got flat values now instead of percentages on our skill descriptions. Some of you might already know that we do that now, but it's been a recent change that we've made to how the skills work, because 1, it's easier to implement when it's flat numbers and easier to balance, and 2, it will allow for an upgrading skill mechanic. There we go. Oh, thank you for the hype. You guys are the best. Okay, rush now. We got 3 more. I still want to expand on the descriptions, so I'm hoping dinner isn't ready yet. Because I want to just go a bit further on these descriptions, but if it does end up being ready, at least I've got these in, because this is the main job. Did I use the wrong one again? I used the compressed transaction. No. Don't do this to me. No, not now. Don't be too big, Discord. I thought I got them all under 8 meg. Ah, you are silly. Silly. Silly Billy. I mean, let's do it again. I'm gonna have to save it again. I don't know why that did that. I got it. I saved it at 6 meg, so it shouldn't have been that big. Come on, hurry up. We're out of time. There we go. We'll do it. We'll be fine. Save. I'm gonna have to refresh again. I don't know why Discord does that. Why you have to always refresh when an image fails to upload. Oh, why are we uploading Rush again? I don't know what I'm doing. I've lost the plot now because I'm rushing. There we go. Phew. Vampire skill 3. Transaction. Okay, last one. Thank you for all the bat hype on the skills. What's the last skill? I forgot. What was it? My brain's gone blank. I've genuinely forgot what the last skill. Oh, it's corrosion. Oh, that's not even how you spell corrosion. It's got a red line under it. I thought that's how you spell corrosion, guys. Have I been wrong all this time? Let me get a spell checker up. No, that is how you spell corrosion. I thought I was going daft. I think I'm not. Did I have that hidden? There we go. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna start adding some descriptions, mate. Okay, so oh gosh, I can't even think. How should we word this? What adrenaline? I think adrenaline's easy. Like it's obvious what that does. Just for some clarity, because I feel it's war cry. So just for some clarity, the warrior taunts first, and the enemy flashes red and a anchor symbol appears. Because I feel like it wasn't clear what action was happening first in this GIF because there was no pause. It's like just so I just wanted to let you know that it actually taunts first and then that happens. So we might need a sound effect for want a sound effect for when he taunts and when the enemy flashes red and the anger symbol pops up, or maybe we want to be more minimal and just have a sound effect for the enemy part. I don't know, I'm up for suggestions there. So I'm going to say here at the bottom, feel free to suggest sound effect that would fit for these skill animations. That is our next task. Probably doesn't like, yeah, that was very weird because I was like, am I going silly? Is that spelt wrong the whole time? Because it didn't do that to any of the others though, which was weird. But do all the others make sense? I feel it was only Warcry that needed the clarity really because I didn't have a pause in the GIF. But with the others, I feel like you can at least tell what's happening a little bit more. Okay, so I think we've done the job. I think we've done everything we need to. I mean, it is 6:20 and I was meant to have gone ages ago and I decided to stream longer so I could get all these in today. Unfortunately, we didn't get time to look for sound effects like we wanted to because, oh my goodness, the GIF making took all stream. Didn't expect it to. Literally thought it would take half an hour. That's the thing. Things always end up longer than you think. I remember the days when I thought episode 1 of Raindrop Chronicles would be out this year. That's a big joke because it's not going to be. 2021 though. Yeah. But it's not going to be out this year. There's a lot of work to do. We're on main quest. We're about to finish main quest 2 of episode 1. And episode 1 is probably going to have about 4 main quests in it. So we're halfway through. But don't forget we can have side quests to fill up it all in between, and we don't know how many side quests will be in episode 1 yet, but I'm all for quality over quantity. So I'm more likely gonna have several good quality side quests rather than dozens of mediocre side quests, you know. We'll probably have hunts though. I think I could see us having a hunt kind of quest thing. But they're like, I don't class them as side quests because they're very small extra things. When I say side quests, I mean very things that build up the lore and enrich the world further, that are separate from the main quest, but just as fun and just as memorable. We're not going to have filler crap in our side quests, that's for sure. For example, the Stumpy side quest, perfect. Will be tearjerker and fabulous, and I'm going to just make sure everybody knows who Stumpy is, because I've been talking about him a bit this stream, so it's obvious. You got to know who Stumpy is. That's Stumpy. Well, that's Stumpy. I wish you could see him bigger, everybody, but I don't have time to make him bigger right now. So it's time for me to go, and I'm going to have to head off, rush off now today. Usually do a raid if we can fit one in, but I am on top of my dinner now, so I'm going to head off. I'm going to be back on Monday. My goodness, what are the plans for Monday? Let me just have a quick reminder. Remind myself of where we are on our Trello page. So I am going to post Carol's flashback in the scene discussion channel this weekend. I've made it priority, guys. I've neglected it for far too long. You know, that was meant to have been seen by you guys a long time ago. So that will be posted in the scene discussion channel, the video of you'll finally get to see the scene from start to finish. How exciting, because I know a lot of you have only seen bits of it so far. So you'll get to see that full scene. I'll be opening up feedback on the scene. Obviously, minimal feedback. We can't redo the whole scene because it'll take a long time. But minimal feedback, like little dialogue improvement suggestions or sound effect improvements or movement improvements, I'm all for. And next week, I'll be posting the fruit cutscene before the battle in the dialogue discussion the scene discussion channel, because those are the two quests for main quest 2. We will have a small scene after the boss as well, a post boss scene, but it probably won't be very long, and that will be the scene that we do maybe the last couple of days of June, the week after next, once we've finished all the battle mechanics stuff. Because next week I want to start doing this. I want to go revisit the fruit boss, guys. I want to really polish that boss fight to make it awesome. That's next week's goal. But we might spend the first part of Monday's stream looking for sound effects for our skills. But I don't want to spend too long doing that. I think I would like to move to the boss, and we'll do the same thing. We'll look at the boss skills. We'll think of good animations for them. We'll make sure it's balanced. Now we've got our skills implemented, we can actually test the boss with the skills, which is great, because before we did that, we only had the attack command, and the boss was OP compared to us because we didn't have any skills. So now we can actually test the boss properly with our skills. And then, yeah, we'll have to do the phase 2 of the boss fight as well, because we haven't started that. There's a lot to do, and it's going to be fun. I feel like once we've done the boss, the battle mechanics will have a starting point now with them. It's all playable. Anything like improvements, like design improvements or making things better, is all things we can do in future builds, you know, before episode 1's release. For the first playable build, I just want the basics there. I just want it to be playable. So that's the goal for now. Thank you for streaming, Rez. Thank you for hanging out, guys. So I will see you all on Monday, and we'll carry on with this. We'll finalise whatever needs finalising this, but as soon as possible, we're going to move on to that. So take care, guys, and if you do have any suggestions for sounds, feel free to pop any in. If you do, no worries if you don't. But yeah, okay, guys. So take care, and see you all on Monday. Have an awesome day.